Hey guys, this is Juha making stuff. In this video we are going to compare the old and the new HeroQuest. Alright, let's start with the cover art. This is the legendary Les Edwards cover art for the original HeroQuest. Obviously there's no competition. This is so awesome, like the pure fantasy art. It technically looks really good. He's an awesome artist. But let's check the new one. Let's give it a chance. There you go, the new one. Obviously an homage to the old one. Different art style, sort of. I think it's like feels like a World of Warcraft type of art direction. It's nice, but doesn't have the same vibe as the original. So next, all the additional stuff. So the Dungeon Master or Game Master cover thing, pretty similar. This is the new one. Actually, I think looks a bit better art-wise, but that's just a matter of opinion. This is the, let's see if I can focus this one. This is the old character sheet. It has its merits, but not totally functional. A lot of stuff for the coat of arms. Obviously that's cool, you can do your own and maybe do your character's name on the scroll or stuff like that, but not too much space for like notes and that sort of stuff compared to the new one where it's actually functional. So points goes to the new one on this front. Here we have the rule books and quest books. The old ones are black and white. And this is totally black and white to save some money on the printing. Haven't gone through these. This feels a bit thicker. Maybe there's some additional background stuff or something, more defined rules. Don't know yet, need to go through this. But the print quality in this one is definitely better, and the binding is also, I think, maybe a lot more lasting. This one has like a some kind of binding with a string compared to the original where it's just if you guys can see that, but it's like a stapled together. So probably these will last a bit better. Okay, next is the game board. The left one is the old and the right one is the new. Sorry about the glare from the lights, but I hope you can see it. The new board is quite a lot bigger. As you can see, the squares are somewhat bigger, like 10 to 5% bigger maybe. I didn't measure them, but when combining with the rows it makes the actual board quite a bit bigger, but hopefully not too big for kids to reach. Other than that, it's really quite the same. The spirit is there, and obviously a bit different style, but it looks pretty good. The binding on here on these folds is kind of same crap, so I expect those to wear out and maybe even break, but hopefully no time soon. And here we have the character cards laid out. So the bottom are the old ones, and obviously the new ones are at the top. Quite a big difference. The old ones are kind of cool, but they don't really make that much sense. The new ones are actually practical and are useful. All the dice numbers are in numbers rather than saying that attack roll 1 attack dice. Definitely improvement here, and the actual cards are pretty nice. We have the small description of the character on the back side rather than in here, but yeah, I like the new ones. And here we have a bunch of the various cards. So we have treasures, artifacts, the spells, and equipment. And I have to dig the legendary, come on focus, broadsword.
Broadsword!
And the new one, brosword.
Broadsword!
I like the new ones. The images are pretty cool, and they have the same spirit as the old ones. I like it. There is like maybe you can see on the reflections there's some like a coding thing going on these cards. Not sure if it's good or bad, but hopefully it will help wearing those out. It felt that there is like a more of the a lot more of the artifacts compared to the old one, and not sure about the equipments. The stacks are at least on the different height. One additional stuff is we have a deck of dread spells. These look like something that the evil guys are using. Not sure, I haven't yet read the rules, but this is something new that's not in the first original stuff. So interested to see how it goes with these ones. So here we have all the enemy cards. So we have skeleton, orc, gargoyle, zombie, chaos warrior, now branded dread warrior, Fimir, now branded abomination, goblin, and finally a mummy. These two changes are because of copyright reasons. I think GW owns the Fimir and Chaos Warrior brand, so they had to change it. Obviously the Chaos Knight is iconic, and sad to see him go. Not sure about the Fimir and the Abomination. I never liked the Fimir design. They are kind of silly looking. Cyclops with like a snout. The Fishman is something to have to digest. But the cards are again, I think they're pretty good. The specs of movements and dice are quite well represented here, and overall they look really nice. Difference between all these decades really show here compared to the old ones, and especially on the art side. So next, let's go through the furniture or environment parts, including the dice. So these are the new red dice. I'm not sure if the one I'm holding on my right hand is the original, but it's close enough. I don't think they are the original, but anyways, the bigger change is on the new die. I have to go with the old one. It's so much cooler, even though there's the bunny This has the more greater nostalgic value, so it's the winner. Maybe I'll use the old ones when playing the new one. But yeah, small things. A great improvement on the furniture. So let's take the chair for example. The old ones were combination of like plastic parts and cardboards. So now we have full plastic assets to play with. They're not perfect. They're glued kind of lazily together, but with some love, I think these could end up really good. Here is a comparison with the Tomb. These are a lot heavier also, so hopefully they will stick on the game board a bit better, because these are like flying around all the time when you're rolling dice, and it's hitting some of these, so they're falling all the time. Especially the bookshelves are a lot beefier and hopefully stay upright a bit better. I don't have the additional stuff here, but the new one came also with the skulls and rats, so that's a great bonus. Just need to glue them somewhere. I'm not sure if you can see with this one, but some of those are quite warped on the, I guess it's on the molding stage or whatever, so may need to fix some of these new parts. You can see it especially on the door parts. Let's see if I have something straight here. Let's put this like here, so you can see that it's not really that straight, so it's bending on one end. But overall these doors are maybe the biggest improvement. So here are the old ones and new ones. When the new ones are painted, I'm pretty sure they will look awesome. And yeah, can't wait to play. Last but not least, the new plastic is it's more bendy, so it's like a sort of it gives a bit, so hopefully it's not going to snap that easily. For example, my torture table or whatever has snapped its lever, and I guess the other one is missing, but yeah, hopefully they will last a bit longer. Alright, let's go to the good stuff. So here are the minis. So the old ones and new updated. I kind of always felt the old skeleton was a bit silly with his scythe and stuff like that, but the new one is capturing the spirit. Obviously the old ones are legendary, but they can be improved. I think the new zombie is a lot better. The 80s cheesy like fantasy zombie is a bit weird with his huge hatchet, but yeah, I prefer the new one. Here is the mummy. I also like the new one. I always felt like the old one is a bit weird with the flap in his groin, looking like a man junk hanging there. Maybe it's on the eye of the beholder, but it's hard to unsee it once you see it. So maybe the new one is an improvement for that. Alright, so the grey baddies. here's the bad guy. What's his name? Was it Mordecai and somebody else? They were different name in Europe and in States, I guess. Can't remember what it was. Anyways, I guess the new one is going to be a lot easier to paint because it's like consistent. I've always thought about how to paint the old one, because he has a skull for a face but skin on his arms and legs, and one is tempted to make him blue like Skeletor from He-Man, but yeah, it's weird. I feel like this new one will be a lot easier. And here's the Balrog. No, not Balrog. The Gargoyle. The new one has a greater, air quote, hints that it's like a proper gargoyle. So it's living stone than the old one. I feel like the old one, it feels a lot bigger compared to the like the player characters. So this has a like weird scale, probably because of the huge head and hands. It's more menacing, and I like the weird helmet. This is more like just like a weird dragon monster. As you can see, it's bent quite badly, the axe, but we'll fix that in a later video. But yeah, the paint choice to the new one is quite obvious, I think. Just paint it gray and call it a rock. And here we have the awesome Chaos Knight. New one is quite a lot taller than the old one, but yeah, the new one it's decent, but it's hard to beat a proper Chaos Knight. Then we have the green enemies. This is where most of the changes have happened. Obviously switching Fimir to the Abomination. Like I said previously, not too big fan of the Fimir, but the new one, the fish guy, needs some getting used to. And again, we have bent stuff in here. That's a bit annoying. Need to fix those. Here you can see that the molding process was so that the arm had to be a separate piece, and it's glued in some factory. Not that well, if you can see the arm joint. Need to fix those. I would have rather glued them myself, but I understand the thought behind it, so it's ready to play. Here we have the old goblins. Let's see if I can get these in the same image, and the new ones. The difference is here that we have now male and female goblins. It's nice on the diversity side. I guess it's better than just to have the same guy but with different weapons. Same thing happened with the orcs. So I found 3 weapon variations. They don't have any role on the gameplay, but they give some easy differentiation in the models without. I guess they've used the same mold, but just replaced the weapons, so cost efficient. The orcs also have. Let's see how this goes. We have axe versions. So the orcs also have male and female versions, which is actually pretty cool. So no actual gameplay difference, just more diversity. The new sword female orc looks really badass. Cool. So last but not least, we have the heroes. Here we have the, come on, let's focus, the new barbarian and the old one, quite a lot taller. Here we can definitely see the decades of improvement in miniature making techniques. This is not the pinnacle at the moment, but certainly there's a difference. The dwarf is quite a bit bigger with his ridiculously sized axe. The new one looks really cool, I think. The old one is kind of feels like it's crammed and squished into its place. This is really cool, the new one. I like it. The wizard is quite faithful to the old one. It has the same kind of idea. No big changes in there. And finally we have the elf. So now in the basic edition the elf is female. My old elf has lost half of his sword, so that's a shame. But yeah, the biggest difference in the heroes. The Hasbro crowdfunding thing had a couple of different tiers on the backing thing. So there was the heroic tier and a mythic tier. I think some of those, not sure if both, had like female and male versions of the hero characters. Not 100% sure, but if I remember correctly, I think it was something like that. Plus they had the side characters were actual minis, so I may have to find something on those, maybe on some 3D printing marketplace to buy and print something that suits the style of the new ones. So that's unfortunately those characters didn't come with the new basic edition. But yeah, that was a somewhat quick comparison of the old and new. Obviously the old one has nostalgic values, but the new one has its merits in some places, so looks pretty good. Interested in reading the rules, if they've changed, how much they've changed stuff, and if the quests are the same as in the original. But yeah, looks like a lot of the models are bent, so in the next video we'll start fixing those. So Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.